US Secretary of State Marco Rubio met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi on Saturday and discussed defense, trade, investment, energy security, connectivity, education, among other issues. The discussions also covered regional developments, including the conflict involving Iran. Rubio, who is on a 4-day visit to India, conveyed an invitation from US President Donald Trump for Modi to visit Washington, D.C. later this year.
Anchoring that is the relationship between the President and the Prime Minister. It's a personal relationship that dates back to the first administration when the President had a chance to visit here, and it has carried over into this second administration, and you can just see the connection between them, and I think that's incredibly important. It is. The connection between leaders is incredibly important. These are two very serious leaders that are focused not just on the short term but on the long term, and so I think that that is important to note because it's a key part of the foundation of the relationship between our countries. And just in the past year, we've seen this partnership deepen in ways that don't often make headlines or aren't splashy but are important and real and tangible and enduring. We've expanded commercial ties now with more than $20 billion in investments. $20 billion in investments from Indian companies in the United States. We've deepened a security partnership through military exercises in the Indo-Pacific.
One of the key goals of the visit is to strengthen cooperation between India and the United States, particularly in the Indo-Pacific region. Rubio is scheduled to hold talks with External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and attend the Quad Foreign Ministers meeting on May 26th, alongside ministers from Australia and Japan.
A lot of people aren't aware of this, but I was sworn in as Secretary of State on Tuesday or Wednesday. It was a Tuesday after the inauguration. Within the hour, I was at the State Department, spoke briefly, as is tradition, in the lobby of that building to our staff, and then went immediately upstairs to the 8th floor. And my first meeting, my very first meeting officially as Secretary of State, was a meeting of the Quad. And we were going to renew that. We did it again last year in a different setting, and we chose to do it here. We wanted to do it here, not just because of our commitment to that structure of work, but also as a tangible sign of what an important role India plays in the United States and in our posture and in our approach to the Indo-Pacific.
This is the third time the Quad foreign ministers will meet since Trump returned to power, as they met in January and July 2025. However, they have not so far been able to schedule a date for the Quad summit, due to be held in India for the past 2 years, partly due to the strain in ties between both countries over American tariffs, sanctions, and visa restrictions, as well as Washington's claims of having mediated the India-Pakistan ceasefire in 2025, which New Delhi has denied.